It's February 25th, 2012. My wife and I bought this crib. It's called the Lydia by a company called Angel Line. We bought this at eChildren in July of 2009. It's a conversion crib. When we bought the crib in '09, the guardrail you see here for the daybed was not included. We had to go back at a later date, near the end of September of '09 actually, to pick it up. So when we bought the crib, that part was not initially included, although it was supposed to be. So today I just went to convert our daughter's crib into the daybed, and as I was putting on this guardrail, noticing it was not fitting properly. So I'll just go through a few of the things here that obviously you'll see. This is not the right guardrail for this crib. Right now I've got these bolts here that came with our crib. These are threaded in as far as it will go. I've just got them hand tightened right now, but they're, as you can see, about 1/4 of an inch too long on both sides. And with that being said, this guardrail is extremely loose because those can't be tightened on properly. With the guardrail also came this support beam you see at the bottom here. This piece is also too long, so you can see we've got it basically flush up against the leg of the crib here. And if you look on the other side, it is about 1/4 of an inch too long. We did put that in initially when we were installing this, but when you put it in there, you basically have to kind of wedge it in, and what that does is essentially just puts strain on all the other joints here, because it's basically pushing those legs out 1/4 of an inch further than they should be going. There were some hardware, some bolts that did come with this guardrail. I've got them wrapped up right now, but essentially they're not even the same threading as these. And if you look at these holes here, that won't focus, but those are basically machined on the inside, so it's not something you can't thread in a different bolt other than what's already been machined, which is these bolts here that come with it. So when we had picked up this extra guardrail, I was looking today. Here's the original receipt from July 2nd, 2009. The Lydia crib in white, $400, etc. This was a sticker that was on this guardrail for the daybed that I just pulled off today. So September 24th, we picked it up a couple months later. eChildren guardrail white, instructions for Tammy. So this is in fact a guardrail for a different crib, which is why it doesn't fit at all. And as you can see here, you know, the bolts don't even line up. We've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. This guy only has 2, so it's poorly supported. A few other things. This has been notched in here, probably to fit onto the crib it's supposed to come with. As well here, just where it's beveled out, I imagine that probably lines up with the other crib. You can see there, just on the inside there, where you're supposed to thread through a bolt. That doesn't actually line up with anything over here. So again, there's just nowhere to support this because it is the wrong guardrail. The instructions that came with our crib, thankfully we kept all this stuff. If I can get this to focus, not quite, but anyways, the second line on the biggest warning on all of the instructions basically reads, "Before each usage or assembly, inspect crib for damaged hardware, loose joints, missing parts, or sharp edges. Do not use the crib if any parts are missing or broken. Ask your local dealer for replacement parts and instruction literature if needed." And then in bold here, "Do not substitute parts." This is a substitute part, and a poor one at that. This guardrail was provided by eChildren, not something that we went and purchased elsewhere. This was given to us as a substitute part, which unfortunately that doesn't say eChildren on it, but that's what came on it, probably from a warehouse or wherever it came from. Again, the original receipt. And the one other thing we are noticing is that also to convert this down the road into a double bed, we have no side rails. We basically have what will be, as you see, the back of the crib here, which will be the headboard, and then the original part of the crib, that would be the footboard, but there is nothing to basically support those two, so there may be some additional parts missing. So anyways, yeah, that's that. Substitute parts here that do not work.